Hi everyone, welcome to Artistry. Today I thought of doing my second tutorial on Artflow. I will be doing a small drawing using the Artflow app in Samsung Galaxy Tab S5e. I'll be doing the step-by-step way of doing the drawing in Artflow so you can follow it. Let's get started. So first of all, you have to get the image. So what I normally do is I do the drawing using paper and pencil, and then I take a picture of it and take it to the Artflow app. Now I have already drawn it and I have already captured it using the camera, so I'm going to take that picture to the Artflow app. So for that you have to go to the layers first, and you have the first layer, and I'm going to this image icon. So from that you can get all the images where you have taken and you have download. So I'm going to the images and camera. So here I have the sketchy design. I'm going to select it, and here it is. Now the drawing is here in the canvas. If you can see, once you have inserted the image to the canvas, you can see a small tab with different icons where you can move your image, and you can scale it, scale out and scale in, and also you can rotate it, and even you can skew it like this, and also you can mirror it horizontally and vertically, and then you can just rotate it clockwise and anti-clockwise, and also you can add it to the original frame. So I need it to be in a landscape format, so I'm going to rotate it, select the rotate tool, and I'm going to rotate that like this, and then I need it to be a bit bigger, which will be like fit to the canvas. So I'm going to scale it, and then this tick icon, once you press it, the image will be in the first layer. I'm going to the second layer because now I'm going to draw the outline of the eye. So from this button you can go to the first layer. So when you're drawing the outline, you have to select the brushes. Once I click the brush icon, you can see the most of the brushes are locked. That is happened because I haven't unlocked it by watching the ad. So now I'm going to do that. You can go to these three dots, and here you have this unlock by add icon. Click it. Right, so you can close the ad. Now we have the unlocked brushes as well. See. So to do the outlining, I'm using this soft round marker. So once you go inside that brush, you can adjust the sizes, like the maximum size and the minimum size of the edges, and even this one like this. So what I normally use is I'm using the max around 60 and the minimum into 0, and also you can adjust the flow of the brush stroke like this, in the minimum stroke like that, and the spacing of the brush stroke, so I keep it at the very minimum level. So even the angle you can change, and the jitter, stroke sizes and opacity you can select and change it when you are drawing it. So now I'm going to draw the outline, so I'll fast forward from here. So as you can see, I'm using the eraser tool to delete whenever necessary, as well as I'm changing the size of the stroke from this tool bar, and if you have seen my previous video, you cannot rest your palm to the screen. That's why I keep my wrist away from the screen. Okay, now I have completed the line drawing. Drawing is in a one layer, and the image that I have already inserted is in another layer. So you can just turn it off and see how the line drawing is there in the white canvas. So as you can see, the strokes are not even and there are some dots. So now I'm going to erase those small dots and the uneven edges. I'm going to erase it and even it. Okay, now I'm going to color it. So for that also you can add another layer to do the two different colors. But if you're going to blend the colors, you have to keep in mind that you have to do that color blending in a one layer. So I'll explain it with the drawing. So now I'm going to add another layer to it, and I'm using this round marker brush to do the color. So I'm going to this color wheel and pick the color that I want. First of all, I'm going to do the white background of the eye. So that will be at the bottom layer of the eye. So I'm using a gray color, which is almost white, like this. And I'm using this round marker brush, and I'm increasing the size of it, and you can see the brush strokes. So why I have selected this brush over the soft round marker is, you can see in the soft round marker there is a small noise at the end of the stroke, but in the round marker brush you cannot see that noise. So it's easy for me to do the coloring. So as you can see, when I'm drawing in the top layer, you cannot see what's happening in the bottom layer. So what I do is, I'm going to reorder the layer. I'm going to press and hold and take the outline layer to the top. So now you can see the outline layer on top, and whatever I'm drawing is in the second layer. Now the first layer of the eye, which is the white background, is done. So you may have a question why I haven't used the fill tool to fill this enclosed area. Main thing is that I'm using the soft round marker brush. So I will show you that with an example. So I'm going to use the soft round marker brush here, and I'm going to draw a circle. And again I'm going to use the round marker tool, round marker brush, and draw a circle. When you're filling the color, you select the color, and when you fill it, you can see a small round white background in this circle where I have used the soft round marker brush, and that white circle is even lesser in the circle that I've drawn with the round marker. I cannot fill it without getting this white color band around the edges. So that's the main reason I'm not using the filling bucket. So now I'm going to do the second layer of the eye, that is this black circle of it. So again I'm going to add another layer, and I'm going to select blue color, and I'm going to select the darker blue color, and I'm using again the round marker brush. I have done the second layer as well. So likewise you can do the third layer and fourth layer of the eye. So you can select the color from the color wheel, and you can match the color with the eyedropper tool, and then you can reduce or increase the color intensity. So I will fast forward the drying from here on. Now I have finished the third and fourth layer of the eye. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use different shading brushes and air brushes to give a little bit of depth and a little bit of liveliness to this eye. So first of all, I'm going to select the white background layer and I'm going to select the brush of there's a brush called shading brush. I'm going to use it, and from here I'm going to use the black color, and also from these bars you can select the size and select whatever the opacity you want. So now the shading brush is like this, but if you want to decrease the opacity, you can see how the shading brush works. So now I'm going to use that too, and from this layer I'm going to darken the edges of the eye. So I will increase the size of the brush and I'm going to darken it. So as you can see, the brush is going off the outline as well. So that is not what I want. So for that you can select the alpha lock. As you can see, there's a small lock with an alpha sign on it. I'm selecting it. So then whatever you draw will be inside the layer like this. So now I'm going to select the airbrush again, shading brush again, I'm going to shade it, and then I'm going to shade the inner circle of the eye. To give a little bit of effect to the eye, I'm using this second layer. I'm taking the white color brush with the spray brush, and I reduce the opacity of the brush, and I'm going to give a little bit of a white shade to it like this, same as that to the inner circle. So again, to give a little bit of liveliness to the eye, I'm going to use this fine pen brush, and I'm going to use this white color, and I'm going to add a bit of a reflection to it like this. So this reflection, I thought of doing it in another layer. And then I'm going to select the eraser, and with the soft round marker, and I'm reducing the opacity, and I'm going to erase this edges of the white color thing. The eye is almost done, and now I have to draw the eyelashes, and I'm going to darken the edge of the eye to give it a little bit of depth. So I'm going to this outline layer again, and I'm going to use the soft round marker and select the dark black color. So the outlining of the eye is done. Now what I'm going to do is I need the eyelashes, so I'm using another layer for that. So the eyelashes layer has to be on top of all the layers. So for that I'm going to use the pencil brush. So there's a pencil 6B brush in the second set of brushes, and I'm going to use that. So you can see there's a small texture in that brush strokes. So I'm going to increase the size of the brush about this much, and I'm going to draw the eyelashes. Right, so the drawing is done. So we can either give a small depth from the background so that it will be a part of another drawing without it just appearing in the canvas. So I'm going to use another layer for now you can either keep the sketching image that we have used in the first place, or you can just delete it. I'm going to delete it and keep the single layer like that. So now I'm going to save the drawing. So first of all, you have to save it in the project format, like an Artflow format. So you can just go to this three dots on top of the canvas, and then you can save it or save as a copy, and then go to this three dots again and you can export the image. So from these options you can select where you want to save the project in a image format, and from this drop down you can select whether you want it to be a PNG or JPEG. So there's a PSD option where you have to pay and buy the full image will be saved in the gallery. That's the end of the tutorial too. So I hope you enjoyed it and I hope you learned something. So if you have any other questions you can ask me. Just type it in the box below, and subscribe to my channel and like and share the video. Thank you very much. See you with another tutorial.